Welcome back to another video in our Green Thumb Gardening Secret Series. I'm here today with my friend Cabot. He has this phenomenal fall garden, and he sent me some text recently that got me all pumped up about his success and wanting to share that with other people who want to garden and have been trying to garden but haven't had the success they wanted, to just realize how easy it is to get that success. So my friend Cabot here is going to show us around his garden and talk about his methods that he did to get this beautiful garden here. You sent pictures of those monster cabbages.
Yeah.
And did you harvest? You said you had like 9 of those. You're gonna have like 45 pounds.
Yeah. We've already picked 4 from that year.
And how does that compare to before?
Before, they didn't even really form heads. They didn't do.
So you went from having cabbages that didn't even really form heads to like like 5 pounds a piece.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely did a lot better. And then these are collards.
Oh, those are all collards.
Yeah. That's like what my collards probably looked like before. They were all starving.
Like your kale here is exploding.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Things that I struggled with the most were probably my beets. All of my beets in my spring garden got about like to this stage and then just stayed there. But like they're doing a lot better.
Oh, yeah, and it's beautiful. Oh yeah.
The big stripy beet. We planted a lot of this stuff super early too, and I didn't know how well it would do because I've had stuff bolt really easy before, and we planted it in early August and we had a couple of weeks where we had collards and cabbage seedlings. So we get to about 95-degree days, and I thought they would bolt or not do very well, but I guess they had all the water they needed, they had everything else. So.
That's right. This is all your fall garden that you planted early August in Knoxville, Tennessee, and had an August weather to deal with, and it's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, it's beautiful. I mean, all of these plants. I mean, we have some kale that is, that size and this size, but it's been there all summer. You know, this is gorgeous.
This was a raised bed, and we have our soil here is just like hard clay. I mean, we only had it like that deep of a raised bed, and I think what was happening, it was so hard underneath, it was like this transition between kind of light soil, and then below it was just like concrete.
Yeah.
So it would just kind of grow and live, but barely. Yeah, because before I was having to water it like probably once a day, having to get it with water because it would dry out so quick because the roots were just. They're only in the top layer, and it was just so dry because it would just sit there and bake in the heat.
What made the change?
I watched a lot of videos, basically all your soil building videos. It got the concept to me because I never really looked at it from like a depth standpoint, and like the video showing how stuff like collard greens and broccoli and
massive
how
root
deep
systems.
The roots go, and I started looking at it like, if you have that big root system, you've got more room to get more nutrients in from the surrounding, more nutrients, more water, everything it needs.
That's why I get so excited about this, because like you said, that was just like, oh, boom, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought this is what would, if I were looking, I'd be like, yeah, holy shit, they're that big.
Yeah.
Make room for them.
Yeah.
And you said nothing else focuses on that. You said it's literally that easy, but nothing else focuses on that. What did you mean?
Yeah, I feel like I watched a lot of videos, and a lot of videos I would see, like, because what I did, initially was based on videos that I watched. It was just like get 6 or 8 inches of some sort of soil and put it on top, and then just plant it in here and grow it. And there was a lot of videos like that. The biggest thing that kicked it with me was seeing that like, the roots really do go, they might go, 18, 20 inches in the ground for something that,
Or even more.
We had a friend that has horses, and she brought us a big truckload of horse manure that was like cured, and we basically took all of what we had in the raised bed out, tilled the first layer, and then went through with a pretty deep tine digging fork and like dug it as deep as we could
like
get
a broad fork?
Yeah, and then turned that compost she gave us in there.
I think your text that you sent was something like, I'm going to focus entirely on soil building from now on.
Yeah, because that was the biggest thing that I learned is like before I was having water at a ton, and in the middle of the day, like it would like dry out in a day from like watering in the morning to the afternoon.
You'd notice it. You could actually
could like see things like wilting and like not doing good by the end of the day. And like the biggest thing that I've noticed is like mulching well and then getting good like organic material deep in the soil I don't have to really. It's a lot less maintenance.
Yeah.
And everything does better too.
Yeah.
And when it does better, you have less weeds too, because it like crowds everything out.
So you're mulching now on top too, and you worked all that horse manure in super deeply.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah,
water holding capacity is like.
I mulched it with a bunch of the horse manure that wasn't as.
I think I can see some of that down in between there.
What I'm wanting to do though is extend this all the way basically to the road.
Are you thinking just like, all right, organic matter, loosening?
Yeah, that was one of the first, like, I've started working on a big compost pile too, because to me that's the most important thing now, so I'm focusing on that more than anything else. I've even noticed too, like, because like when we backed the truck in here with all the horse manure, like it was like parked right here, so the stuff on this side got more.
Oh yeah.
Just because of how we were laying it out, and then like this one, this collard right here, compared to those two, is literally just like it's like it's got the clay just right beside it.
Gotcha.
So it's starving.
You sent me, I think the quote was, from now on the only thing I'm going to focus on is soil building. If you do that right, nothing else matters. And you said it's literally that easy. And just loosen your soil, add organic matter, and things explode.
Yeah.
It always sort of pained me that people would ask me about gardening stuff and they were struggling, and they would ask detailed questions about soil pH, and not that that's not important, or detailed questions about what to do about this pest or that pest, and I just always want to say it's so much easier than you think.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing was like maybe it's a little more work up front, like in the beginning, but once you do that, you don't really have to touch it. Or you don't have to do much.
Totally.
And like weeding's a lot easier because it's looser, so you can just like pick it straight out. You don't have to like dig it up. Yeah.
The book, the website, and the few videos that I've made so far based on the same concepts are all founded on the principle of giving garden plants what they truly need: immense amounts of sunlight, the right amount of water, and amazing soil. And they'll mostly take care of themselves. This was how it was done for generations, and it makes gardening incredibly easy once you put in the initial effort. Cabot now clearly gets it. His garden shows it, and his efforts now all make sense and build on each other. It's such an incredible joy to see. To get the same for yourself, check out the website, which describes all of these methods and details. I'll link it in the description below. And subscribe below to receive future episodes as I continue to turn all of the book's similar concepts into a video tutorial series. And as always, check out our Twitter and Instagram.
Well, Cabot, thanks a lot for the tour around the garden. Hopefully people have gained something from it. This is an amazing looking fall garden, and it's a joy to see for sure. So hopefully you've gained something from this too. Until next time, stay open to growing. Welcome back to another episode of Green Thumb Gardening Secrets.
I have to stop.
You can laugh, it's good.
Yeah.
It'll be in the outtakes at the end of it. Are you still recording? Yeah, you know better. I wanted to.
She's like, oh shit, I'm making a video.
I can't be serious that long, and we'll be like mulching garlic, and Jen will be like, you didn't talk about the depth of the straw, and I'll be like most things in life, about 6 inches is
and I'm like, you can't put that in there.
That's what she said. I mean, I'm basically a fucker. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as making videos, I don't know that I can do a good job at it.
No,
Did they communicate the concept?
Yeah, it got the concept to me.